the fact that it's marginally better than what the street was anticipating. But moving on, Hyundai today launched the new model of its existing Venue with sharper design, new age features and improved efficiency. My colleague Parishad spoke to Hyundai's MD and CEO Designate Tarun Garg and began by asking about the new launch of the Venue and how it will help growth of the company further.
The next generation of the Venue, it is of course taller, it is a longer wheelbase, it is wider, which means that more cabin space, it has a much bolder look. Also, it is the first software-defined vehicle by Hyundai in India. So I think that's very important. And up to 20 OTA controller ECUs, of course 12.3-inch CNC infotainment, plus 12.3-inch fully digital cluster. Of course, very, very strong body structure, stamping, hot stamping, and 71% high-strength steel. A whole lot of features which are now, of course, Hyundai's forte. So I think this car is actually going to redefine how compact SUVs are seen in India, and we are very, very confident about the success of this car.
Right. You've mentioned a slew of features, several features that have been added to the car. Give us a sense of the improvements that you've tried to add after customer feedback, and how will this poise the Venue for competition in the market?
Yes, so we always keep our ears to the ground, and the old Venue versus a new Venue, Parishad, let me tell you, more than 60 changes have been done. That is one. Also, we received a feedback that many of the customers want a diesel 80 option. So we are very happy to introduce the 1.5 litre diesel 680 option, which I'm sure is going to be a smash hit. Also, like I said, the first software-defined vehicle, which means customers are going to be connected on the go. So the car looks really, really very good from the exteriors. There will be much more space, like I mentioned earlier. In terms of super strong safety structure means that we can look at a very high level of crashworthiness. So there are a lot of features which we believe could really help us to increase the volumes in this segment. The other very special thing about the new Venue is that this is going to be produced exclusively in India. So I think it will give us a lot of export opportunities as well. So to start with, we are going to export to 30 countries, and I'm sure it's going to only go up as we go along.
Right. Could you give us a sense as to how much the Venue alone contributes to your total sales on a monthly basis, and how do you expect this new Venue to add to your numbers?
So if you see the current Venue, we are doing about 9,000 per month in the domestic market and about 600 for the export. So a total of about 9,600 the old Venues are being sold. I believe there is definitely an upside, immediate upside of about 20% to it. The Venue is going to be produced in the Pune plant. So from a capacity perspective, of course, as you know, in the phase 1, Pune plant has a capacity of 170,000. So I think there is a lot of upside to it, and we will see that how the Venue can actually add overall to the Hyundai numbers. Currently, it is the second biggest volume grosser for Hyundai in India, and it's contributing about 22%. And I think the potential is to really take it up to maybe 25% going forward.
Right. I would also like to ask you about the overall trends in the market that you've seen in the September-October period. This festive season was a record one because, of course, the festive sentiment, the GST reduction and pent-up demand. Could you see some great trends or special trends which stood out in October for you?
Yeah. Yes. So I think this was a smash hit festival, the best ever for the industry and, of course, the best ever for Hyundai as well. And I think one trend which was very clearly evident because of the GST 2.0 reforms was that, one, the customers who had postponed the purchase, they came out in big numbers to buy. The second thing was that customers were upgrading from lower trims to higher trims and from, say, hatches to SUVs. In fact, an independent research also ratified the same thing, that customers were, because the GST actually increased the affordability. So a customer had the same amount of money pre-GST and post-GST, but of course now he could buy a better car, a top trim. So I think this was very clearly evident. We saw a huge surge in the Venue and Exter demand. Of course, there were some constraints because Venue was having a transition. Creta, of course, continues to be very strong. And also we saw quite a strong demand for Aura, i20 and Neos as well. But if you ask me, a standout was very clearly the demand in the subcompact and the compact SUV space.
All right. I would also like to ask you now, in terms of the GST reduction, improving consumer demand. Now, October was a blockbuster month, but there were 2-3 factors at play. This is going to see some amount of correction. Where do you think consumer demand, the sales growth, is likely to fall? What is the trajectory where it will end up in the coming months?
So yes, Parikshit, of course, October was a month where not only the GST 2.0 played its part, but also because it was a big festival month. So obviously, to some extent, some moderation in demand will happen. But if you see the broad numbers, when we see, say, a 5-year CAGR for India, it hovers around in the range of about 4.5% to 5%. Even an 8-year CAGR, is around the same numbers. This fiscal first 6 months were kind of muted 0% types. I believe now we can come back to the 5% level which we are used to. So I think in the short to mid-term, a 5% growth is what we are really anticipating to happen.
Right. Now, you said 5% for the industry in terms of growth. How many more products can we expect from Hyundai in this fiscal in terms of product upgrades and possibly new launches?
So, as you know, we had the Hyundai Investor Day on 15th of October, where we laid out a very strong investment plan of 45,000 crore and the breakup of the 26 models. So you would have noticed that it includes new nameplates, it includes full model changes, derivatives, facelifts. It also includes powertrains, whether it is electrics or hybrids or CNG. So I think we have a very comprehensive plan. As we clearly mentioned that within this fiscal, we will have 4 launches, including 1 full model change, 1 derivative and 2 facelifts.
All right, we take that point. Thanks a lot for that, Parikshit, for taking us through that conversation. But